All right. Somebody, I just saw two people pop in. Let me know if you can hear me. Type something on the screen if you can type something. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Type something in the chat. I just want to know if you can hear me or not. Let me know if you can hear me. 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 Somebody, somebody, somebody.
Loud and clear.
Let me know if you can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can you 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 hear me? Okay, appreciate it. All right, so I don't know how many people we got in here, but it's going to save. So I'm just going to I'm going to say what need to be said. Then I'm going to send out the link to the live video to everybody, so everybody got shit. All right, so what ended up happening is Leo took some advice from, I think it was Bot or Drew, one of the two, and what they told him to do was to skip through season 3. So y'all know we ended. It glitched us out. I think at pick 6, round 2 of the draft going into season 3. So what Leo did was sim the rest of that draft, then skip through all of season 3, skip through the draft on season 3, and took us to where we are now, the beginning of season 4. This was the best plan of action for us to get this league back up and running. So thanks to Drew or Bot, whoever it was who gave Leo that info, and thanks to Leo for taking the lead on getting that done. Now, with that being said, a lot of people going to complain, a lot of people going, you know what I'm saying? You know, at the end of the day, man, you know, we just here to play, have some fun. You know, the team ain't gonna be what it was prior to it glitching out. You might not be exactly. It may not be exactly what, you know what I'm saying. It's not the ideal situation, right? But for what it's worth, we can all get most of our main players back. So what you're going to end up doing is what we're going to allow everybody to do. First of all, is if you've already left the league, like if you're retired, what it's going to do is still going to show you on your team, right? So when we go to members, right, it's still going to show people on their teams. For instance, Kush had quit, but it still showed me he was on there. What he did was he retired. So I had to go and remove him from the league, and then he had to rejoin. Same thing with Bot. Bot was a little different. Bot retired from the league after we had already put out "Don't Leave the Team," but that's neither here nor there. So Bot ended up leaving. Don't do this, right? Bot ended up leaving, retiring. Then he wanted me to add him back because he couldn't join back because it still showed him in the league. Because when you retire, you just retire and you're still in the league. So Bot ended up having to join another team, then quit the league, then he joined back as the Packers. All right. So anybody who already left the league or saying you're not in the league, just text me personally so that I can remove you, then send you an invite for you to get back into the league. We're going to do it that way to to hope that we don't get that 31 team glitch and all that shit. All right, so that's that part. Second part is going to take a lot from you all. It's going to take a lot of, first of all, it's going to take a lot of legwork to get this running. And I, like I said in the chat today, to those who missed it, I got the time. I don't mind doing it. So hold on for a second. Okay, so I'm going to take the time. First of all, how we're going to handle the Discord is we're going to still have Discord for PTML2, which is the new league, and we're going to have one for PTML1. The same way we have commands to do, player search and all that, we have it for League 2. We're going to have the same thing for League 1. The difference is, remember, if you all remember, we were running on My Madden site for one league, all right, and then we switched to that new with the Neon site that's exclusively through Discord. We're going to actually do the same. So since it's, I read at first I was going to switch to My Madden, but I'm not. So we're going to have this. We're going to have PTML 1 and 2 both running through Neon, the Neon football site, so that all the commands and everything else will remain the same. I'm going to go create that at some point today. It's probably going to take us about maybe 2 days, maybe 3 max to get everything situated with everybody on their team and so forth and so on. Now, how we're going to move towards players. So if you all look, right, if you look right here, and I go to manage rosters, this is the kicker. So this is why, I did everything else. And now I'm going to get to this part. So when you go here, you go to, let's go to free agents, right? Look at this. See this? You got all these good players, right? So how we're going to handle this is everybody is going to go into free agency. And so the people that's in here, for the most part, were people that needed to be signed and didn't get re-signed. The reason they did not get re-signed is because everybody should have their re-signed shit set to manual, right? So the fact that they're all set to manual means there was no one to re-sign these players when it was time to re-sign at the end of season 3. Okay, that's the key. It was no one there to re-sign because Leo just simmed through it. So a lot of players just dropped in, right? So now, what that ended up being is everybody has tons of money, right? You have free agents here. They needed to most of them needed to be re-signed after season 3. Oh well, what we're going to do is let you go sign them to their 1-year deals, and then you're just going to have to re-sign them at the end of season 4. Right? So it doesn't change a whole lot. Now, what it does do, though, these people would have been re-signed, and then your season 4 people would have come up. Well, at the end of season 4, you're going to have season 3 and 4 people that's going to need to be re-signed. But the money should remain somewhat similar for you to have the money to re-sign everybody. Even if if you wouldn't have had the money without the simming of the season, then you're not going to have it, going in at the end of season 4 either. So we're going to go through free agency, only touch people that that was 100% on your team. If it's somebody, if you get to a player and you're like, damn, did I have him? All you're going to do is click on that player, go to overview, and we can't see it here. Can't see it here. So I think once I go through, hold on, let me see. All right, so once I go through and sync the league, which I'm going to do today, once I sync the league to the website, this is where the legwork is going to come in that you all are going to have to do. Right, yeah, I got it, Roach. We know people have players on their team, and this is going to take a little work on behalf of the owners as well, right? So don't be hiding players on your team. If you know you got somebody on your team that doesn't belong there, especially the big name players, just do us a favor, drop them in the free agency. Now, if you have a player on your team that doesn't belong there, if they were signed to a contract, that means they're going to have a bonus hit. So what we'll probably end up doing is going in and resetting everybody's cap penalty we might have to do it. And so the fuck what? It is what it is, right? It ain't nobody gonna die. Everybody's gonna be helped out. You know what I'm saying? We might have to do that, but just leave that out in the open. I'm not gonna say yeah, nay to that. But at the same time, you're gonna go through free agency and you're gonna see, right? So let's say you're not sure if this guy's on your team, Teron Armstead. You're gonna go to the site. You're gonna look at that. This is where y'all have to do a little bit of damn work too. Go to the site, look at the player, and look at his stats. Look at his stats for the previous year. That way, you'll know if that person, for the end of that season. That way, you'll know if that person belongs on your team. If he shows that he was on your team the previous year. Please make this as simple as possible. This shit really isn't that hard. I mean, really, all you all have to do is go through, find your players, sign your players. Like, for instance, I'm going to go through, I think somebody told me Chase Young was out here somewhere. I'm going to go through, grab Chase Young. That's his contract. We're just going to offer what they're asking. We're going to go ahead and sign him. Boom. Chase Young, signed to a contract. I'm going to go through, find other players. If you're unsure, like if you traded someone or who you've traded, the trades are still there in the chat. You can go through and if you're just unsure, like I think Dunn was unsure of one player, you can go through the chat, sign them. The goal is over the next 2 to 3 days, everybody get on here, get all your players signed that you know you're supposed to have, right? Here's another player of mine. I'll go through, Fuller, I'm going to sign them. Bam. All right. So this is the first part of Will Jackson. He's mine too. I'm going to go through, sign him. Now, if it's a player out there that belongs on your team that you don't want, just leave him there. Because once we get through this part, we're going to end up having another team overall. Did I try to? Was I supposed to have Kyle or Kendall? I think I had Kendall. Yeah. So at the end of this, we're gonna probably end up having to do another free agency draft because there's gonna be some players left in there, so forth and so on. So the key right now, everybody hit free agency, grab your players, only your players that you know were on your team. If you're unsure, we'll handle all that after you go through and grab your players. Some of y'all, one of the benefits of this, some people were complaining, we were thinking ahead of some of the complaints, right? So some people are wondering, damn, man, my player didn't progress or this, that, and the third. Well, if you go look, you're going to have some people that are sitting on XP points, right? So if I go back,
CPU.
LJ Owner Roach. Oh, yeah, TP owner, yeah. So if you go back, right, so when I go to my roster and I go to my particular team, you got some people that didn't progress, but when I look at Kyle Allen, he's sitting on, two XP points. Or if I go to, I don't know who else might have some, I haven't looked, but, he's sitting on 2 XP points. So, you know what I'm saying? You go through, there were some benefits also. So you can upgrade your players if they play during that same season. Also, if you look at the top where you got them staff points, you look at me, I'm sitting at 148 staff points that I can go through and put down. So, it's not the perfect science, but it is what it is. You should have two drafts worth of players. So like this guy did 1 season, so obviously they picked this guy up during the season 2 draft. But if I go through here and look for rookies. Oh, that's all. If I go through here and look for rookies, I should have some rookie players that was picked up during this last draft. So that's a rookie. I don't know if I got anybody good, but you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's Madden. Get your team. For the most part, most people's core players are available in free agency. I know we should have some people that retired. I don't even think that's going to show now. I think that changes after the draft or some shit. Let's see. Week 1, we need to go back further. See, this is a retired NFL retired. Yeah, so you got some retirees, so you can go see who retired. Yeah, just like Jay said, please don't pick up people that don't belong to you. Let's not make this shit hard. We're all intelligent fucking adults, so we should be able to go through here and do this, as painlessly as possible. Get your players. Look at your team. If you're satisfied with the players you picked up that you know are yours, and you're not looking for someone else or looking for this young guy you can't remember, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? We still got seasons to go to build, to get your rosters right. All right, so that's what we're going to do. You can go through, if you're looking for somebody and they're not on the game, go look at the retirees, see if they're retired. You just go to your team. I don't know if I've had anybody. Yeah, I might have had somebody who retired. Nobody on my team retired. 49ers had somebody retire. Cowboys. And so all these retirees would have happened after season 3. So it's nothing the Simeon caused. You know what I'm saying? They were going to retire, for the most part, regardless. So you're going to go through, find, if you're looking for somebody, see if they retired. If you're looking for a player and he's not in free agency, the first place you're going to check is free agency. If he's not in free agency, then you can go to, if you know the position, just go to managed roster, go to NFL rosters, and go to the team. So if I go to the Raiders, I think since Roach just said he had somebody on the Raiders team, bam, Stephon Diggs, right? What did he say? No, it was the other Diggs, right? I think. Let me see. It was the cornerback, I think he was saying. Yeah, Trayvon Diggs. So he can go there. You see that he's on the team. Now, here's a perfect situation. It wouldn't be fair for Leo to have to give this player up and eat that cap penalty. So this is a situation where everybody's going to benefit. You know what I'm saying? Your cap penalty is going to be fucking cleared for the most part. I mean, because it's going to be too much work to go through and see who, the how much cap penalty, blah blah blah. We just gonna do it how we do. Your cap penalty is gonna be cleared, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. There's really no way to make that right. Because if I go to team salaries, I guess let me check this real quick. So I have no penalties. No. So let's see, he only has 5. I'm just looking at cap penalties real quick, just to see if anybody has anything that's crazy already. Because if they don't have anything crazy, okay, so the Raiders. So even if I cleared his right now, and let's say Diggs was the only person, Trayvon Diggs was the only person he needed to drop, then it might be all right not to clear his cap penalty. Because he should have, 13 mil as a cap penalty. So if I clear his now, and then he drops him and he incurs a small cap penalty, that's fine. That's about right. So what I'll do is I'll go through here and see. So he looks like he may be they'll go 10 mil. So we can look and see if the Vikings had to drop somebody that they shouldn't have. Yeah, for the most part, fuck it. Leo, I mean, we ain't going to just make that one situation just for Leo. So we'll clear everybody's cap penalty after you drop and sign, because basically no one has cap penalties anyway. So that works out perfect. All right. So Leo will benefit a little bit from it, but you know what I'm saying? It's all good. All right. So there you have it. That's what we're going to do. Go get your players. Don't sign anybody that don't belong to you, because if you do, it's going to be extreme penalties. So if you sign somebody that you're not supposed to sign, because there's no reason to do so, because you can go check the site, or ultimately, if you can't even find it on the site, if you're not sure, legal. You just come to the commission crew with a player that you think is supposed to be yours, and let us do the research to find out. Do not sign anyone that is not yours. I promise you, you're not going to like the result. All right? Do not sign anyone that is not yours that you know for sure. If you have people that you think are yours but you're not sure, you're going to text me that list to my phone, and then the commission crew, we're going to go out there, we're going to research that shit, we're going to find out if he's yours, we're going to tell you to get him. If he's not, we're going to tell you, oh well. All right? So that's that. And then we're going to try to kick the league off at some point this week, within the next 2-3 days, and we'll have League 1, League 2. I think that's it. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? Any concerns? Type it in real quick. I'm gonna hang for about a minute or two to see if any questions get put out there. I'm trying to see. Oh, upgrade. Yeah. So I got some players in here. They got some points. My team, for the most part, it is what it is. Like cornerback Trey Brown, like this guy, I know unless this is a rookie guy, I kind of know who I didn't have on my team. So if I see players on my team that I didn't have and they're not, drafted in the last draft or this, season 2, the season 3 draft, the second draft or the third draft, then I know that they belong to somebody else. So if you know you got somebody on your team that they don't belong to you, just go ahead and drop them off your team. That'll make it easy for us too. If you have someone that's on your team, you know that player should not be on your team. I ain't talking about the rookies. You can tell if it was someone drafted. If they say they've been in the league 1 year, then 9 times out of 10 it was someone that got drafted. But you get what I'm saying. If it's not a real player, then you probably won't have to drop them for the most part. But if it's a real player, as I go through my list, I don't see anybody that was on. And I can also go here and check, and then you can look at his stats. So I can go here, look at, he don't even have any stats. So, you know what I'm saying? You can go there and look at the stats and see. So even if you do, so if you pick up somebody and he wasn't on your team, then the best thing for you to do is go through, look at them stats, and see if he was on your team that previous year. You want to do that. So if you do it and you drop them, then no harm, no foul. But if we have to go search and we find somebody on your team that's not supposed to be there, and we saw that you signed them, because we can see at this point now, if you signed them, starting right now, we can tell. So if you go through, so like if I go through here, I'm just trying to show you all. So if I go through right here and go look at Diggs, then I go to stats, and I go to, there you go. So I can see that this offseason is when the Raiders picked him up, right? This is when they picked him up. So I can go through here and see that he was on Dallas's team. No stats with the Raiders because we're at the beginning of the season. So he needs to go back to the Cowboys. So if I come through and if you know that person's not on your team, just let him go. If you're not sure when you're looking through your roster if you should have that person or you don't recall that person and he's not a rookie or a 1 year guy, drop the dude into the free agency so somebody can go get their players. All right. So make this go smooth, fellas. Any questions? Hit us up. If you got an issue with this, man, I don't want to hear your fucking complaints. To be honest with you, I understand. We understand as a commission crew that everyone won't like it. So you don't, that no need. We know everybody's not going to like it. Got it. Cool with it, right? And so at that point, we don't want all the negative energy about it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Just leave this conversation for. Matter of fact, I'm gonna create that other group because anybody who's not staying in this league won't be in the group for the other league. We don't need to. You're gonna be in the group of the league that you're in. So that way we can have the conversation in that group, and we don't have to worry about all the negative and the Debbie Downers and all that other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna stay, stay, and let us just keep it rocking. And we can't change what happened in the past, bro. Just keep that shit pushing, man, so we can get this shit going. But there you have it. That's it. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna win the Super Bowl, but y'all already knew that shit.